Wraith Talks.
Mix. Yep, we're back. Wraith Talks episode 8 of season 1, and today we're in a Rolls Royce Dawn drophead. Patterns always, you know what I'm saying? But today we've got a very special guest, a boss lady, independent woman, smashing it in the industry, film industry, entertainment, music, fashion, you name it. This person's always doing bits, and the maddest thing is, she never says a word, She never says a word about it. She just always does her thing, and that's it. And today's episode is really about shining light upon her and spreading the positivity and the good energy that she always gives to everyone. And you know what? I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just let her come in, and you're not going to know who it is. Let's just bring her in.
Woo!
What an intro was that? That was so nice.
What are you saying, Ameena? You good?
I'm good, Mix. You good?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here in this nice car. Can't even pronounce the name, but you know the vibes.
Come on. Obviously, for anyone that doesn't, and if you don't know it, then I don't know what you're doing with your life, seriously. But if you don't know about Ameena, like how would you summarize yourself?
I would say I am I'd say I'm a creative entrepreneur, just entrepreneur, creative, mom, just a creative entrepreneur. I don't like to call myself a boss. I hate that term, but no, I don't hate it. I love it, but it just makes me like cringe when I say it myself. It's okay, but you say it. Well, I can't say it myself.
Man,
but,
you're a boss, man.
Thank you, man.
Obviously, you've been in the industry, Ameena, for a long time, man.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things I've always rated about yourself is like you've been on different sections of the industry. Do you know, like that saying, like people be on one part of the lane and just stay there. You've seen every lane that I can think of in my head.
Oh, thank you, man.
You've mastered every lane.
Ooh,
wow. I personally think, because like, all right, cool. For example, one side of Ameena is music management.
Yeah.
And I think for someone coming from Brum, where there's no infrastructure at the time when we started.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, you smashed it to a point where you got to London, you got people in London hearing you, networking with big people and doing your thing.
Thank you, man.
And even down to like shout out Mogs and many other artists like Band OK.
Yeah.
And all these people you've worked with, like you've helped establish platforms for these people.
Yeah.
In a way that is really unheard of in Brum, to be fair. If we be real.
Definitely. I think, the Band OK thing was hopefully, God willing, that goes through one day, but we're not there yet with that one. But I feel like with everything I've done, you know what it is? I think being from Birmingham, because we don't have an infrastructure, I've always had to like create it.
Of course. Because
for me, I was never going to move to London. Like I've had so many opportunities to move out of the city, but for me, I just think that Birmingham it's a diamond in the rough. Like we're not there yet. We're en route, and I just think that there's so much that can be done here. So for me, I wouldn't want to move. So because of that, I've had to just create, come up with an idea and just think, how am I going to make this happen? So, yeah.
100%. And obviously, like with that, I'd say you've brought through a lot of artists, whether it's you haven't managed them directly or you've assisted them on things. Yeah. You always like to help people, like you either inform them or you try to add better to them.
100%. I think, yeah.
Why is that though? Like,
you know what it is? I just feel like if you can help, why not? Like, that's my thing. If you can help, why not help? And, there's so much talent in Birmingham. Like, I think it's generally amazing. Like, we've got so much different levels of talent, like drill rappers, trap rappers, singers, pop, rock, indie. There's so much different, range of talent. So for me, it was always just like, if I can't fully help myself, I can link you up with someone that can help you.
Of course.
So I've always kind of honored that. Obviously, sometimes it gets a bit much and people want too much, but I think I have to find the middle lane, and I found the middle lane now. So I know how to help pattern people without doing too much, or giving too much of myself, because I really get involved. Like, I like to get all the way involved, and
of course,
sometimes it kind of takes me off my own path. So, yeah.
But you know what though? I always say as this, because I'll be real, she does a lot of good and a lot of things for people, and you never really expect anything back as well.
Yeah.
But you see, when it comes to all the good you've done for people, I always believe the reconcile of that would always come back to you.
100%.
The good karma always comes back.
100%. I know someone said to me once, there was in this industry, good guys finish last.
Yeah.
And I said, well, good guys may finish last, but they finished with the most admirable traits. They finished with the best stories, and they finished with the most people behind them. So for me, as I said, like, I knew that obviously the entertainment industry is, you know, it can be rough and it can be tough. And, you know, I've been in some rooms with some great people, like top bosses, like,
Come on.
you know, and it's been amazing, but I've learned so much from these people as well as to what not to do. And I never want to kind of lose myself. Like, I never want to lose the essence of being Ameena, and, you know, just the essence of me and helping people and helping Pattern and just coming up with creative ideas. And I think for me, the best thing is because I've built such an amazing network, I get so much help now. Like, I'm Pattern, like, are you mad? Like, everything's just coming forward, and I've earned it. Like, I deserve it. And
100%.
even though I don't like to toot my own horn, don't like to toot my own horn. I just think that everything I've done has kind of come full circle now. And now that I'm kind of stepped out of music management, it's like, it's my time now. And
Of course.
I'm very proud of that. Like, I'm very proud of myself. So, yeah.
100%. And you say you stepped out of music management. Is that for a bigger venture that now you're on?
Yeah, you know what it is? How can I explain? I loved
Yeah.
being a music manager. It was amazing. I done some amazing things. I traveled all over the world. I met some top people. I met some small people who have become my best friends. I've met some big people that have become my best friends. I've lived. I've signed big deals. I've signed small deals. I've done it all. Like, I've literally done it all. And I feel like I've kind of, that wasn't, you know what it is as well? I didn't actually ever want to be a music manager. Like,
Really?
No.
Really?
No, listen, shout out to Al. Shout out
Al.
Shout out Al. Like, she is the reason I became a music manager, because I've always wanted to do marketing and production and shows and things like that, and fashion, but never music management. It was generally, I fell into it, and I fell into the deep end, literally. Like, I fell literally the day I said to being a music manager for Temper. The week after, we was in Polydor signing deals. Like, it was that quick.
That's mad.
Literally.
That's levels, you know.
Literally that. So it's like I had to learn a lot very quick. And then when I was kind of planning to come out of it, Mo, my little brother, starts rapping, and I'm like, God obviously is telling me to do this, because what the hell? And then that journey started. So yeah, mad.
And obviously now, is it Badley Productions we've got going?
Badley Drum Productions now. So that's my production company. And it's like my baby, generally. And you know what it was as well with that? I think how Badley Drum Productions come along. So randomly, we done a shoot. We had a shoot for Mowgli, a song called Keep Up.
I seen that, you know, that visual was cold.
Literally was an absolute banger. And what happened was... I'd worked with a guy called Grildo previously with Smugsy, and he's just a G, like absolute just creative genius. So when I heard the song, we was in the song was with Show Improve.
Right.
It was in Show Improve studio, and it was like this kind of West Coast kind of ding 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 kind of beat, and I was just like, nah, like we need to get Grill on this. We need to get Grill. So he hired Untold Studios as a production company.
Okay.
And at that time, I know this sounds so rookie, but I didn't even know about, so even though I'd been in the game like years in, every single video I'd done, 90% of them I'd produced them myself. I just didn't know I was producing. I just thought I was being a manager. I actually did not know what I was doing.
That's crazy.
So when we was on, so we hired, obviously we hired Gwill, and Untold Studios came along with him. And we done like a recce. I didn't even know what a recce was, but we done like a recce, and you go to like locations and check it out. Yeah. And yeah, I was taking them around these locations. I was scouting the locations with them, and obviously they're from London, so I was finding places in Birmingham for them to shoot, for us to do this video.
Of course.
And so yeah, I just thought it was me being a manager. I didn't deep it as to this is actually production. So the next day now, when we was filming the video, there was a producer there called Freddie.
Okay.
And Freddie was doing my job. Like, I was like, why are you telling everyone what to do? And why have you got the music? And why are you like this is what I do? Like, what's going on here? And literally after that, after I met Freddie and he was doing my job, there was a lady called Annie.
Okay.
And meeting Annie, I swear to you, like that moment, I was just like, oh my God, this is what I'm meant to do with my life. Like, she was just so amazing. Like, generally, like just a boss, like just an absolute boss. She come out the car. She had on a jumper and a skirt. I was just like, how can you be such a boss in a jumper and a skirt? And she came on set, and obviously she was like the head producer, like top down. And I was just like, to see a woman in that position, I was like, I want to be exactly like you. Like, whatever you're doing, I want to be doing. So after that, I kind of like got into like deep, like finding out about production. And I was just like, I'm actually just doing what I always do. Like, there's actually no difference. Planning shoots, patterning, getting this location, sorting out this, sorting out the budgets. This is what I've been doing for years, but I just never was paid for it because I was doing it as a manager. 1, 2, I never knew it was a job. I just thought it was a manager's job. Yeah, like I swear. So when was my first official production? Kimi. Yeah. You know what's mad as well? Like when I decided I was going to be a producer, I swear, like, wallah, I have to use my Muslim words. I swear it was like, I decided like probably in the February. Mm-hmm. And he phoned me like probably like 2 days after. No, that's a lie. It wasn't even in the February. It was in the January. Okay. And he phoned me and he's like, "Oh, Ameena, I want you to part my video." Mm-hmm. He's like, "Yeah, I want you to produce it." I was like, "Oh my God." And then we done Real Rap, and that was a banger. So yeah, madness.
So where do you see yourself taking the production company? Means like in terms of like, you know, like the longevity of it. Like, what would you say you see yourself working with, what you want to work with?
You know what? For me, I feel like the best thing about being a manager, I know that sounds so like corny and like get the violins out, but I swear, like for me, the mentor kind of like that side of things, like being that kind of comfort blanket, and I don't know, maybe it's just like the big sister in me, but I just always enjoyed that. So. And I learned so much from these young people, like working with all the guys like Mowgli, Smugsy, A-Class, Temper. I had some other people that I was working with as well. Working with all of them, I learned so much from like their perspective on life and just the youth.
Of course.
So for me, it was like I wanted to, moving forward with the production company, I want to create stuff that helps people. And I know that sounds corny, but it's not corny. It's like, it's really what I want to do. So like now I'm working on, I want to talk too much about it because, you know, I'm working on something. And for me personally, I think it's like my legacy. I know that sounds a bit, you know, but it really is. I want to create content to help people. I want to create like a advice blanket and like a safety blanket for people. So I'm doing a lot of different things. Like I want to work on films. I've worked on 2 films now, to be fair.
Okay.
I want to work obviously like on fashion productions. I'm doing the fashion stuff myself and like creating like cool content for that. But I think my main thing is obviously everyone go and follow my page, Conversations for My Younger Self. That is like my baby that I'm working on right now and developing and getting that to where it needs to be. So yeah.
You know, you said about the fashion thing is interesting, yeah. I want to delve into that a bit. You said you're doing the production and the other stuff behind it yourself. Obviously, for you that don't know, obviously you designed dresses and stuff back in the day and now as well.
Yeah, that was how I started. Like I actually started off. So when I was 9, I started making dresses from when I was 9 years old.
Really?
Yeah, I used to make dresses for my Barbies. And then, I know it sounds mad, I used to make dresses for my Barbies. And my mom, she was actually like a pattern cutter. And shout out, you know. So she always used to do fashion, and we always had like sewing machines and overlockers in the house. So I used to take bits of fabric and like cut bits of fabric and literally like sew and just make clothes for my Barbies. So when I got to, I think I was in year 7. No, I was in year 9.
Okay.
This is how the career started. I was in year 9, yeah. I was in year 8 going into year 9, and you know, like every single school year, you need new clothes. Like that's come on. Obviously, that year, things weren't really working out. So my mom said to me that I had to go back to school with the same bag I had the year before. I was like, how to the no? I am not going back to school with the same bag. So I went to Topshop, and they was having these like tote bags. It was like a thing at the time.
Right.
So I literally remember going in there, looking at the bag, and like kind of scanning it, how it's made. And I was like, I'm gonna go and make this. So I went home, and my mom had this like blue army military fabric.
Okay.
And I made myself a bag. And the next day I wore it to school, and everyone was just gassing me like, nah, Ameena, where did you get that from? Where did you get that from? So I was like, okay. And yeah, like that, I know it sounds mad, but that feeling of people like admiring your craft, I don't know, it just stuck with me from then. So when I got to, I think I was like 19.
Okay.
And I used to work at a shop called USC, and it went into liquidation or something like that. You know, in the
sports director saying like
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it went into liquidation, and the man, he knew I was into fashion, and he gave me a mannequin. He literally,
just randomly,
literally gave me a mannequin. So I remember going home on the bus with a mannequin, like the bottom and the breasts in someone's face. I literally carried it home myself on the bus. And then when I got home, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna start making clothes now. So I remember like making a dress, and I used this vintage fabric, like this vintage gold fabric, and a mesh.
Okay.
And my sister come home, and I was like, I kind of dressed up the mannequin like a jacket and that. And I was like, actually, guess what? She's like, I made that. She's like, what do you mean you made that? I was like, I made that dress. She's like, are you dumb? So she literally put on the dress, and at the time there was a club called Rococo. I don't know if you remember Rococo. You're probably too young for that. But Rococo days, and she wore it out, and literally the response she got, like everyone was just gassing her, and she's got a beautiful body as it is, but it just really enhanced everything that she has.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, like from there, it was just like go time. Like I just knew that this is what I wanted to do. And then yeah. That's how it started. That's how the game started.
Damn. But obviously, like, I know you didn't want to toot on her. You didn't mention these certain things, but like, these are key things, by the way, you know. But like, Miley Cyrus.
Yes. So I dressed her actually when I was pregnant with her over there. So how that happened was I started a collection called Badley Drawn.
Okay.
And I was kind of like quirky on Instagram. So I kind of like started, this was early days, like early boutique days. Like no one really had Instagram shops. But I started like my own Insta boutique, and I'd done like a collection. And it was like, I had like this weed fabric. It was like weed fabric, denim, white, croc skin, and gold. That was like my main colors of the collection.
Okay.
And I just made like 10 pieces, and I just was gassing up on social media. And literally within like the first 2 days, my collection sold out. I had like sales in Japan. I had sales in China. I had sales in America.
What were you thinking at that point? I mean, you see that when you start in 2 days, and you're getting sales from US, Japan, China. You must have been thinking, what?
You know what? I'm not going to lie. I don't think I feel like I was on such a... Everything was happening, like literally everything was happening. Like it was like finally like something I'd wanted since a kid was happening. So I didn't really bask in it. I didn't really bask in everything that was going on.
Of course.
Basically, I don't think that I really embraced everything that was happening because it was happening so fast. So I done the show called Rip the Runway.
Okay.
Legendary. Like it was amazing. Like I met who did I meet at that show? I met Priscilla from Love Island there. She was there. I met a lot of the girls that are like big influencers now. I met them then. Elizabeth Jane Bishop.
Right.
I met her. She's like a massive influencer, but she was one of my first models.
Swear
so yeah, like she's got like 400,000 followers now on Instagram, and she's like an art director. But she was actually one of the first girls that proper took into my clothes and was repping my brand. And I just had so much like key people. I had you know Cray Sean? Yeah. Her, she wore some of my stuff. I had Little Debbie, she wore some of my jeans. I've seen Miley Cyrus on tour, Little Mix. It was just mad. It was, you know, again, you know, when things are happening so fast, you can't process it. I couldn't process it, but now I can, but then I couldn't.
But like even Little Mix, like that was Little Mix when they were at the height of their thing, like.
This was 2013.
Yeah, that's at the height of their
Yeah,
thing.
this was 2013, and they had a tour, and I sent them out some denim jeans,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a stylist. I need to remember the stylist name because I need to get back in contact with her because
Nah,
she
you
needs to
do.
help me out. But they had a stylist at the time, and she was their stylist, and she was Miley Cyrus' stylist as well. And I sent her out. Like I had like a weed dress with like it had like net on the side. It was just sick. Like my collection was just sick.
Come on.
But yeah, man, they proper took me in, and it was really nice. Like it was beautiful. It was generally beautiful. So I am very grateful for the moments, you know.
And there's many more of them.
Many more to come. Many more to come.
Obviously, moving on now, we're going to go into this segment called Guess the Drink, sponsored by Snack Attack UK.
Okay. Cool.
Honestly, this segment's called Guess the Drink,
Yeah.
sponsored by Snack Attack UK.
Come on.
So, basically, there's a potion in here. It's non-alcoholic for anyone
Okay, about
thinking
to
it's
say,
like,
yeah.
Disclaimers
Guys.
all around.
I'm trying here.
But obviously, like, yeah, you just basically have a sip,
Yeah.
connoisseur it, and just let me know what flavour you think it is.
Okay. Am I allowed to smell it?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, fam.
Okay. Let's sip. Coke.
Cool.
Coca-Cola.
What's the flavour that you reckon? Do you think it's Coke?
Cherry? Cherry Coke?
Cherry Coke.
It's giving Cherry Coke vibes. What is it?
Yeah.
See, come on, you know the vibes. Come on,
What are you saying?
easy, light work.
Come on, yeah.
Light work, come on.
So you just not even just a stylist, but a connoisseur as well.
You know, come on, man. Like, give me more jobs. I'll do it.
That's levels, man. But like on a serious note as well, because we spoke about the stylist part, we spoke about the design element and the production element. Like for anyone that's like looking at you now, like
Yeah.
let's say like a younger you that's looking at you currently or whatever, or someone that's trying to get into any segment of the industry that you did,
Yeah.
what piece of advice or what's the best piece of like info you could give them right now?
The best thing I can say is generally, I know this sounds so cliche, but just do it. Like, example, you want to get into being a video director.
Yeah.
Get a camera, hire a camera, even your phone, you can use your phone. Like, it's that easy. Have an idea, execute. It's just that simple. Have an idea in your head. You don't even need a massive plan. Like, you want to get into fashion, you want to get into styling. Style your dog. Like, literally, I swear, style. There's so much creative things you can do nowadays. You don't, like, there's no blueprint for anything. Like, there generally is no blueprint. You can figure out whatever you want to do by just doing it. So for me, it's like, and that's how I've kind of progressed in my career, is like I just kind of come up with an idea and just do it. And if it don't work, I make it look good as if it did work. No one needs to know that it didn't work. They just need to know that I did it. Do you know what I mean? So that's for me, yeah.
And obviously saying that as well, because in our industry, as you know, like there's a lot of trials and tribulations, like you were saying.
100%.
And for people that are wondering, like, it's not always like glamorous and glitz as it look
100
like.
is...
Like, obviously, as you know, because you're a big producer and stuff. And
No, I'm not a big producer, not yet, guys.
See, like you're gonna see Ameena producing some Disney stuff or all sorts
Come
of
on,
madness,
not
man.
yet, but yeah.
Manifesting that, man.
Come on.
Serious. but on a serious note, like people think it's like, oh, like it looks calm and that, but let people know what it's actually like. What's a typical day for Ameena? Let's say on set for, I don't know, let's say like a commercial music video or an advert.
All right, I'll give the example of the Mist shoot, the Mr. Mowgli shoot.
And that looked crazy, by the way. That visual was mad.
It was mad, but I'm gonna tell you now for free. I had about 6 panic attacks, 8 anxiety attacks.
Yeah.
Like everything was going wrong. It just went like it come out amazing, and it was an amazing day. And
100%.
you know, I think, you know, not to get all, you know, sentimental, but I generally love working with Mo. Like it has been, especially as a producer, because I feel like as a manager, it's like a lot. It's like a lot
There's
goes
so
on.
much going on.
But as a producer, because I can just do what I'm doing and leave, and you know what I mean. It's like it generally has been like that shoot for me was one of the best shoots ever, even though it just so much different things happened. We was meant to do a scene outside, started raining. the way we was planning on doing the lights, the electric wasn't stretching to where we wanted to do it. There was a plot of land that we was originally meant to use. Then the man was like, I don't want you to use it. And then on the day I was just like, yo, like, can we use it? And he let us use it. But there was just so much things that went left, but it also went right. So yeah, I loved that video and that was amazing. But I think, you know what it is? You have to believe in yourself, man. Like, you have to just know that regardless, it's gonna happen. And yeah, that was a mad one, but it was amazing at the same time. Like, I love that video, loved the video shoot, amazing accolade on the books.
Come on, man.
Big up Mo for that one. Yeah.
Also, speaking of Mo, isn't his album
dropped today? It's dropped today. Like, it literally, that's come out today, and it's absolute 10 out of 10 banger. Like, you know, again, because he's my brother, it always seems biased. Like, I'm just gassing up, but generally, hand to God, I think he's one of the most talented people I've ever come across in my whole entire life, ever.
100%. And I'd say one of the most humblest as well.
Humble as well, definitely. I just think he's, even like as a creative, like, I'll be honest, like, most of the ideas that we come up with when it comes to these videos is in Mo's head. Like, he literally will be like the tape promo that we did. He was like, Ameena, so I want it like I'm reading a book and the writing's coming across the page and I'm just there taking notes, like, okay, how are we going to make this happen? How are we going to make this happen? And thank God we managed to pull it together. But most of the things that happen, and when it comes to Mo's creative, it generally is his brain, and I'm just facilitating what's in his mind,
making it come to life.
100%. But he's I would definitely say he is, again, I don't want to sound like I'm gassing him up because I ain't even trying to gas you up, bro, but he really is an amazing talent, and he is are we going to call him a genius? We're going to call him a genius. Like, he's a creative genius generally, so big up him always. Like, I have to give him his flowers, you know.
Obviously, like, being a sister as well to, like, many, like, I'd say not even just Mo, but like all these siblings are creative in different ways, right?
It's, you know what, I'm so blessed. Like, I really am. Like, I think see, man, I need some more of this drink because you ain't gonna make me get all emotional today. Like, not today. No. I am blessed. I have amazing siblings. I have of my sister, I'm the oldest of my set, so there's bare of us. I think we know that there's lots of kids. But of my from my mom and dad, Mo's, we've got the same dad, different moms, but with my with the ones with the same mom and dad, obviously we've got Badley, who's not with us at the moment. He's on a little holiday. Shout out Badley.
Soon back from vacation.
He is an absolute legend. He is one 100%. Of the most creative people, funniest, just amazing human beings ever. And you know, we was creating a comedy series before things went a bit left, but I'm still gonna do that. He's still helping pattern, like he's still helping me with production through the phone. Do you know what I mean? So that's so Badly. My sister who's in Dubai, Aisha, she's like she's a makeup artist, celebrity makeup artist. She's
Listen, celebrity.
Don't get twisted. Listen, Aisha, she's a creative. She's a celebrity makeup artist. She done all the makeup for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Swear down.
So when Love and Hip Hop Atlanta went to Dubai, my sister was one of the makeup artists on the set, and Carly Red, who's from Love and Hip Hop, like if you know the Love and Hip Hop franchise, you know Carly Red. But she actually done my sister a shout out on Instagram. Like, that's how much she proper took into my sister, and she loved the makeup. But my sister's like a head buyer in the makeup world in Dubai. She's killing it. Yeah, man. My other sister, so that's Aisha. Alia, she is a chef. But she's a sick chef. Like, her, I think like half of her recipes are actually in the chef book in her workplace. She has just so she's killing it in the chef world, but she's also killing it. She's just started her own skin line called Skin Affinity. Oh, nice. Kills it. Like, listen. Anyway, another shout out to my sister. So I've got another sister, Afia. Yeah. So Afia is actually an accountant. She's a sick accountant, but she's also, on the flip side, she's a chef. Ameena baker, like, so she makes cakes. Oh, swear. So she just started a cake brand called Caked, and she's killing it. And then my brother Sal, he's just a G. He's doing up
Shout out
daddy
Sam,
right
man.
now. He's doing
Yeah,
up
man.
daddy role, but he is he's a creative as well. He's very resourceful. He patterns, and yeah, man, like my family, like we are lit. Like I'm very grateful to have them, and I think they just keep me grounded, and I think together, like even more, like it's like I am very grateful. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very grateful to have them. And
course.
yeah, man, we have to just keep this going. Like I'm trying to be a dynasty. Like I want to be like the Badley family. I want us to be like, you know what I mean?
The
top
new
goats.
Rockefellers,
Look,
like the new pattern. The new,
literally, and with so much different avenues. But yeah, man,
and I think that's the sickest part, like you said, like it's all different avenues, man. So it's
100.
like, and it's not even just like that, they just do the thing, they're smashing it
Yes,
at each lane.
literally.
Like, understand?
Literally, I think, you know what? I think it's, for me, as I said, like, I am so grateful to have such creative family because it's like we all help each other in different ways. Like, I'm more like the marketing and like production side. So like my sister's adverts and like sorting out like all of their
Like the
adverts,
analytics and
all
stuff.
their social medias, and that I'm like the one that patterns.
Okay.
And like we're building up like each person's lane. So yeah, man, it's exciting times. I'm and I think now that I'm out of management, I can focus more on my siblings in general.
Of course.
And like the beginning of the year, I had a noteboard. I still have it in the house, and I had like literally everyone's business. So I had like Kate,
Yeah.
Aisha B Artistry, Skin Affinity, BBR, Booters Insurance. Like everyone's kind of set, and I'm just like plotting. So yeah, man, I'm always here to support my family, and that's like I think that's what it's all about. Honestly, like nothing else really matters. Like you have to be there for your family. So yeah, man.
Top 5 crepes.
This segment is just basically about Amina's go-to top 5 crepes that you'd go to on a day-to-day. Like, what's your top 5?
All right. So I'm gonna sound cool now. I'm gonna try and sound cool. So I actually like a black boot. I'm not gonna lie. Like for me, that's just my normal day to day. Like I've got them on now. Like you know, just a thick heeled black boot. So we're gonna say Dr. Martens.
Okay.
So Dr. Martens. Also, I like the Jordans.
Yeah.
I don't know like the Jordan 1s, Jordan 2s. I don't know the names of them. But the Jordans with like, the Jordans.
Yeah,
Have you got them on right now?
I've got 8s on, yeah.
See, look at them. I love them. I don't even know what they are, but them.
I put 8s. Yeah.
Okay, not them for mine, but they're bad. So Jordans, Air Force, just a white Air Force.
Just to match everything.
No, not TNs. What are the ones with the like bubbled heel?
The bubbled.
See, so I'm sounding old right now. Like I literally wear basic 110s. No, not 110s. But I have got a pair of 110s. Okay, 110s. I wear them on set. 110s.
T90s maybe.
TNs or T90s.
TNs, yeah.
TNs,
yeah. TNs are pattern.
TNs, and have I said them all? So, Dr. Martens,
Jordans. Yeah, your 110s. And your TNs.
And Air Force.
Air Force, yeah.
Yeah, dead. But that's me, guys. All right.
Moving on, Mina, like obviously for yourself, you're building such an empire, like you said, like the Badley Empire is being built for your siblings, everyone.
Yeah.
Obviously for yourself, obviously shout out for being a mother as well. You get me, like shout out Princess.
Yes, Kalila. Big up Kalila.
Trust me. Obviously your overall mission as any parent would be to like hand over this empire to your child to carry on, right? What would you say, like for parents or anyone in general? See, expectations, especially from, let's say, Caribbean households or Asian households or whatever, is very high, isn't it?
100%.
So, what would be your advice upon parents and their expectations upon children?
So as I said, like I come from a Muslim family, so we grew up very Islamic setting, very Islamic household, you know. And big up my mom. She's always tried to establish us with Islam and the Islamic way of life. I think that when we grew up, I think as we grew, obviously we just kind of all went into our own lanes. And, I do believe that, obviously I feel like for all, especially Muslim parents or religious parents.
Yeah, of course.
If you was to say to a religious parent, I want to just be a mom and that's all I want to do, they'd be over the moon. But we live in the dunya, we live in the world. So obviously we need to get some jobs. So I always wanted to do something creative. Like I've always been a creative person from early and very hands-on. Like I like to make things. I like to, like, I don't know, I just like to use my hands to get things done.
Thanks.
So, you know, I don't think, I always felt pressure to like not do the jobs that I do because they're not typically Islamic or they're not typically just like what you know that your mom would want you to be a doctor or a lawyer, a lawyer, them kind of jobs. But my brain ain't wired like that. My brain's too creative to be like that. So for me, I just never. I would, especially being a mom now, whatever Kalila wants to do and whatever, as long as it's not flipping, some kind of jobs.
Of course.
As long as it's not a mad job, I will support her with whatever she wants to do. So ideally, obviously, I would want to pass on everything I'm doing for her. But I do plan to have more children, so I wouldn't want to give her that pressure like she has to do this.
Yeah, of course.
She can do whatever she wants as long as it makes her happy, it's helping people, and it's it's better in the world. Without sounding cliche, but that's what I would want her to do. But I definitely think, as coming from a Jamaican Muslim background, there is like a certain standard which your parents would want you to have, but I'm just not a standard person, you know what I mean? So it just was never going to happen that way, fortunately.
Come on. Obviously, like, that's just mad inspiring in general. But like, so for Ameena now, like, what's there coming up now that people can expect to see? Like, what's the upcoming projects?
You know what? I've got I'm working with a few artists at the moment, so I don't want to name drop, but there's some big names. But I'm working on a few projects like that. I'm also, my main focus for me is working on my own projects. So building my own platforms, and creating my own content for the shows that I want to do and the shows that I want to see. And that's it for me. Like, I feel like I'm doing a lot. I'm still going to do the fashion, marketing, production, still one foot in terms of management.
Come on.
But my main focus is my platform that I'm working on. So Conversations for My Younger Self, like, give us 6 months, trust me.
I'll be following up here, so just make sure you follow and stuff,
Conversations for My Younger Self, Badley by name,
Come on. Before we end the show, there's a little gift at Slack Attack.
Oh,
pattern for you.
Yes.
So
I love it. Yeah. Oh, okay, Kalila. Yeah, she's gonna be excited tonight. All right, love it. Yeah, man. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you for coming, sis.
No worries, man. Thank you, Mixer. And I love what you're doing, man. Big up yourself. Honestly, big up yourself.
Appreciate it.
Come on.
But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, and also follow all of Ameena's socials, please, that are popping up there. And yeah, Crepes only, man. If you got any questions, obviously, if they got any questions, they can
hit me up, man. Like, hit me up. I'm actually looking to build my own Birmingham-based full-on production team. So if you do want to get into production or anything like that, hit me up, man, because I want to solely work with Midlands-based people.
Yeah, man.
So generally, hit me up because I've got some mad things coming, and I really want to, like, I want to be the start of other people's careers. Like, I want them to be like, I was working at Badley doing productions, and this and that happened. So hit me up. Honestly, I'm easy. I'm there. I'm about, and I will help. So yeah.
Greatness only. Grease.
Come on.